Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the CDC Experience podcast. I am Sartora Schumann Smith, project manager here at the CDC, and I will be your host for today. And today, we have two amazing guests, and I am so excited that they are here with us today to share their stories and share their experiences with us. So, my first guest today is Miss Ruby Dunn. Hey, Ruby.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You are very, very welcome. Ruben, before we start,
Okay.
I want to let our audience know, and audience, please, wherever you are watching this podcast, please make sure to share, whether that's Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Please make sure you share because you don't want your friends to miss this. So, Ruby,
Yes.
I'm going to tell you a little secret.
Uh-oh.
We used to go to the same church, as you know.
Yes.
And you would come into church.
Uh-oh.
And I sat on one side of the church and you sat on the complete opposite from me. You didn't know me.
Right.
And I didn't know you.
But you always spoke to me.
I did.
Yes.
And I would watch you come into church.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm a people watcher.
Okay.
And I would watch you come into church and I would see you were always so poised and so elegant and dressed. Yes, you were.
Oh.
And dressed to the nines, hair coiffed, everything about you. And I said to myself, Self,
Okay.
I said, I wonder who that lady is. And I said, you know what? I look like I need to get to know her. And I'm being honest with you, and I'm being honest with everyone. I have, I think, a discernment in my spirit about identifying greatness.
Oh.
And I said, that looks like a woman that's great.
Oh.
And I need to get to know her. So fast forward.
I know, and here we are.
Here we are.
Gosh, okay.
Greatness right here, tangible
Yes.
greatness, and I can reach out and touch you.
God bless you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. We're going to get into a little bit more about Ruby, and Ruby
Yes.
is the CEO of I Am Me LLC right here in Tampa. And she's going to tell you more about that. But I have a very easy question for you, Ruby.
Okay.
First question, right out the gate.
Okay.
When you were little, Ruby,
Yes. Long ago.
and people ask you the
Right.
question, what do you want to be, when you grow up? What was your answer?
Truthfully, I wanted to be a background singer for like Stevie Wonder, Shaka Khan. Even my children, they're 21 and 26. I know like all the harmonies to the background of old Luther. I can sing background
Wow.
right now. Yes. So I really wanted to do that. By the time I was in high school, I wanted to do like politics or be in broadcast journalism.
Okay.
But as a little girl, I wanted to be a background singer.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Well, we kind of shared it in common. And this is all about Ruby right now, but
Go ahead.
I promise you,
Mhm.
I wanted to sing backup just so bad. Never right up front. I wanted to be a backup singer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get into, you did not go into either
Mm-mm.
of those areas.
Dream deferred. Mhm.
That's okay. No. That was when you answered that question.
Yes.
Want to be when you grow up.
Yes.
So you are now glown up.
Yes.
And for
Okay.
our viewers,
I like
that's
that.
GLOWN, glown up.
Love it. Mhm.
That's what you are now, Ruby. So
I like it.
what is life like for you right now?
It really, honestly, I love that question. It is like I am 7 or 8 all over again, or maybe like 16 or 17. I really feel like kind of like a renaissance, a rebirth, because I did kind of, in college, I majored in English. I kind of took a very safe route and started a family right after graduation. So now that, my children are grown and I, can kind of focus really on myself, I've kind of come full circle. So that's what it's for me now. I feel like I'm approaching life with like the freshness or newness of a younger person. I really do feel that way.
Rejuvenated,
Rejuvenated,
revived,
revived,
renewed. All those R's.
all of them.
R-E's.
Ruby.
Yeah. R for Ruby.
Yes.
Ruby,
Yes.
I mean, there's so much I want to ask you because you really have done a full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the school system
Yes.
and to the place where you are now. And I'm going to let Ruby tell you where she is right now.
Yes.
So tell us about your journey from school administrator
Mhm.
to now future business owner. And I'm going to throw in author.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even kind of know where to start. I do know that in life, we follow a path. There's kind of like an American life of professionalism that where, you go to college, you get the job, you have the family, you're doing all of these things. And life has been good to me in that way. But at the same time, there was just this nudge in me to do something different. And it's been there for a while. I said when my son was maybe in the 3rd or 4th grade and he's 21, I said, when he graduates from high school, I'm graduating. So that was going to
Okay.
be like the end of my educational career. Well, He graduated in 2019, and I had found myself 2 or 3 years removed from his graduation, and I still was working as an administrator and just, I think, afraid to take the leap.
Mhm.
And, a couple things happened at work. It just got very uncomfortable. And one day, something, I don't want to get into the details, but somebody was just extremely like rude is really an understatement to me at work. And I almost was moved to tears at a table full of people. They were so ugly
Mm.
to me. But about 30 minutes later, I went to my office. I said, okay, God, it's time to go.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I literally kind of took a leave of absence. And during that leave of absence, I spent a lot of time like revisiting myself. I journal a lot. And I felt like the Holy Spirit, honestly, led me to kind of go back and read some of my journal entries.
Okay.
And it just kind of built up this fearlessness in me that I have like, absolutely, I sleep in this fearlessness. I walk out the house in it.
I
I
love
take a
it.
shower in it. And I told myself for the rest of my life, like, I'm not going to tell me no. Somebody will have to tell me no. If I'm
Okay.
trying to seek to do something, the no will have to come from that space, but then I'm just going to move to the next thing. So I had to take a leap. And I called it in the article that I wrote for Essence I had to walk into the fire because I had to kind of release a lot of things in the fire, so to speak, a refining sort of fire, not a destructive fire, of course. But it kind of did
Mm.
destroy who I was because I'm not the same person. But, that's kind of the gist of the pieces of me, if I hope that made sense.
That made a lot of sense, and you made me think a lot. I had some
Yes.
questions here already
Uh-oh.
prepared,
Okay.
but you said a lot.
Okay.
I love what you said about that negativity
Mhm.
is what pushed you,
Yeah,
because I know a lot of times negativity will either cause you to just break,
it will stifle you. Yeah.
just give up,
Yeah.
or become just so within yourself. You'll stay
Right.
within yourself because it's like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother.
No, right.
But you turned that around, and I know a lot of people probably have a lot of questions, so you do have the opportunity to type in those questions, ask questions,
Yes.
because that's how we learn, that's how we grow.
Hmm.
And I really like what you said about
Mhm.
that fire
Oh, yes.
could have been destructive,
Right.
but it was actually a renewal for you, just like
Mhm.
when making pottery,
Yes. Yes.
when making tea, the water
Yes.
has to be hot.
Yes.
So now I'm going to ask you, and this is for me.
Okay.
And hopefully for someone else out there, I hear people say all the time,
Hmm.
you just have to step out on faith.
Yes.
You just have to take that leap.
Yes.
But was there I know you said about the school, about
Mhm.
that person.
Mhm.
Was that the defining moment when you said, okay,
Mhm.
all right, now I'm getting ready to put that faith on display. I'm going to just go
Yes.
ahead and do it.
That was kind of the defining moment. I kind of call it like the nail in the coffin of that career part of my career professionalism. But there were several other moments because faith is not something that you can like flip on like a light switch.
Mhm.
It really is developed to me over time. You you really do have to have a relationship with the higher spirit if that's what you believe in,
Mhm.
and or have faith in whomever or whatever you choose to have faith in. For me, I had to make a decision that if I was going to live my life as authentically as I could every single day,
Mhm.
and trust that God was going to bring me through whatever that meant for that day. So that's the gist of it.
And I think with faith, we're not going to turn this into a
I
religious
know, right?
broadcast,
I'm sorry.
but it
I'm
is
so
what it
sorry.
is.
It is.
No, no, no,
Yes.
no, no.
And not that I'm
No, no.
apologizing for having
Oh,
faith, but
never
yeah.
be apologetic for
Mhm.
that. But it's interesting again with faith
Yes.
and women entrepreneurs or
Oh,
people
yes.
who want to pursue
Yeah.
second careers or
Right.
another marriage
Right.
or
Come on.
whatever that
Mhm.
new thing is.
Mhm.
I'm just really loving the fact of that you just pressed on and you pushed forward.
Really.
But people like again will have momentary um faith lapses, or not lapse, that's
Yes.
not a good word, but
It is a
moments of
lapse.
faith,
Yeah, it may be a lapse.
moments of it where it's like
Yeah.
I'm going through this now, but it's like, oh, I'm out, I'm good now, I'm
Mhm.
okay.
I
That
have them every week.
okay, yes,
Yes.
yes.
I have them
Ru-
every week.
Ruby, there's so much I want to get into, and I know we
Okay.
just talked a lot, but I do want to just say this because I
Right.
want people to know who we're talking to because we talked about greatness. You were featured in Essence magazine. I'm going to say that again, Essence
Yes.
magazine,
Yes.
a national global publication.
Yes.
So congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you
Thank you.
on that. And so
Mhm.
your article is called what?
Called Through the Fire, ironically, since we were just talking about that. It's Through the Fire, and it's basically just focuses on me kind of equating my experience of, like I talked about earlier, laying there and feeling like this nudge. And even though things were kind of falling apart around me, which are some of the things that I get into in the article, I still had this smell of smoke, like it was drawing me to it, the fire. I needed to go into it and kind of burn away all those things that I needed to let go of for good, and live the rest of my life kind of free.
Well, you all, everyone, please stay tuned for more with Ruby Dunn. I don't mean necessarily here on the podcast, but you will be seeing Ruby somewhere else. I promise you. She's going to open up a bookstore, a coffee cafe. She's
Yes.
going to be writing more articles. And I'm
Yes.
saying all this because it's going to happen.
Yes.
So please make sure that you tune into the CDC Experience
Yes.
on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, Facebook. You can find us, or you can go to our website at www.cdcoftampa.org.
Yes.
Thank you, Ruby Dunn, for being
you.
our guest today
Thank
on the
you.
CDC Experience.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. And can I just thank the We Mean Business that the CDC sponsors. That was really a huge catalyst for me as far as having some confidence and pushing myself forward. I was put in the space of women who were like me, who really are stepping out of certain industries while they may still hold their professional jobs. And it just really helped me believe that I could do what I'm doing right now. So I
Well,
don't
we
think I've
appreciate
said
it.
that to you all officially, but I thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much, Ruby.
Thank you.
And welcome back to the CDC Experience podcast. Again, I am your host, Sartora Schumann Smith, project manager here at the CDC of Tampa. And this is part 2 of an amazing afternoon. I am with my second guest, Miss Yolanda Cabrera Liggins, who is producer and CEO of LCO Filmworks. And she's one of our amazing women entrepreneurs, a member of the We Mean Business gathering that we have here the last Tuesday of every month. I'm going to let her tell you more about herself, but I need you all to do me a favor. Wherever you are watching this, please make sure that you share it with your friends, with your families, with your coworkers. You can watch this on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, our website at www.cdcoftampa.org. So let's get right into it, my friend. Yolanda, we've known each other really since childhood.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so funny how just everything comes full circle.
Yes, it does.
And I'm so happy to have you here. So I asked our last guest this one easy question. When you were a little girl, when people asked you the question, so what do you want to be when you grow up? What did you tell them?
Well, I love technology. So the first thing I wanted to be is a computer programmer. That
Oh,
was
wow.
my dream.
Okay.
But as the years went by, I slowly went into technology with the movie industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the pleasure of meeting a wonderful man by the name of Bill Liggins, who is my
Okay.
husband.
All right.
And
Shout out to Mr. Bill Liggins.
and we just decided to do a movie because right now he had written 6 books, and we decided to take that one book and see what we can do with it. See if we can make a movie out of it. And so we just kind of put it together that way.
Okay. Yolanda moved real quick from childhood all the way to now. So I'm going to slow you back down just a
Okay.
little bit. And it's so funny you said that technology.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about when I was a little girl, what were the opportunities that we had back then? There were only a few things that you could be when you grew up.
Mhm.
And school teacher, nurse, so there were limits.
hmm
But now there's so many opportunities. I mean, to go to school to actually be a filmmaker or to go in production. So you were thinking ahead
hmm
before there was technology that was really enhanced like it is now. So I was doing my research
Mhm.
because I like to know what I'm talking about. And I know a couple of months ago, when you were first here, you said you were making a film.
Mhm.
And I know there are extraordinary actors and actresses out there that represent the Black community and the Black culture, and filmmakers and producers. Everybody knows Bill Duke and Spike Lee, and there are so many others.
Yeah.
But I wanted to look up Black female filmmakers, and I didn't realize that Maya Angelou
Mhm.
was a filmmaker. We have Gina Price Bythewood,
Mhm.
Cassie Lemons, and Julie Dash from Eve's Bayou and Love and
Mhm.
Basketball. So now tell me and tell everyone out there, what made you want to become a producer filmmaker? I know you said your husband Bill had written books, but what just gave you that drive that we're going to do this?
Well, I've always been interested in the film industry.
Mhm.
Yes, even as like I say, when I was a little girl, I always wondered how things were made, how the movie magic, how they
Mhm.
were able to make things happen, and so I just was looking at it. And I was saying I would love to see uh, me put something together that I can be able to put my fingerprint on and say that
Mhm.
I successfully did it, and so that's what I really started doing. And I mean, just learning about the industry and trying to better myself and try to see if I can try to figure out the best way to make it happen. And when my husband and I got this together, I got a chance to put on a lot of hats. And I
Okay.
love that. And one thing I love about that, what we did was I got a chance to start from A through Z. So I tried everything, even
Mhm.
down to the acting.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I even tried in auditions because
Nobody called me, but it's okay. All righty.
I wanted to see what it felt like to do everything, and so pretty much, we kind of worked on our strengths, and so I seem to know a little bit more about technology, about the graphics and the editing. So that's what I got into the editing.
Mhm.
So I seem to have had a lot of hats and got a chance to play. So I got a chance to do the props. I got a chance to do the scouting, looking out for location for finding what's the best place to do
Mhm.
a movie. I helped him with the with choosing our actors and actresses. I made sure that because the others kind of bring it back a little bit. When we first started our movie, we were ready to shoot, got out there, did everything, was
Mhm.
ready to start it going, and COVID hit,
Wow.
and we had to
Mhm.
shut down. So
Mhm.
while we were in hiatus, we got that first scene done. So I said, you know what? Just for the fun of us, let's just see what happened if we did this. So we went ahead and put it together, and we made what they call a sizzle.
Uh-huh.
And we
Yes.
just submitted it just to the short film festivals to see exactly what would happen. Lo and behold, we got several awards because of our little sizzle. I said, "Oh, so, okay, so they like it. So let's when we finally get a motion to go, we're going to take it to the next level." And we just were just blessed to have these wonderful actors and actresses that came on board. Millie Figueroa, Bernie Rodriguez, James Lincoln, James L. Lincoln. There's Ivy Sunflower, who are our cast, and they were
Okay.
outstanding young men and women who really helped us make our dream come true.
Well, when you say sizzle, first of all, it has to be hot in order for it to sizzle.
Mhm.
So that meant it must have been hot and got the attention of those at the film festival. So that's awesome and congratulations.
Thank you.
But now the movie is called I Want,
I need,
I Need.
I want.
I need, I want. I wrote it down twice and you corrected me a couple of times, but I'm so sorry. Tell us about the movie. What's the
Okay.
concept?
The concept is about a young couple
Mm-hmm.
in the movie industry, and you get a chance to see what they have to go through to be successful in their industry. And one of the big things we always say, it's tough being a couple in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how most couples can be able to survive, and some couples may not be able to survive because one will rise, someone will go down. So what the whole movie is just showing their little life story and showing a love story. And that's what I loved about this, because we wanted to show a love story of a Black couple who are going through this industry, and you can see how they really support each other.
Mhm.
Even down to the very end of the movie, you can see the support that they gave each other.
So really, this is your life story.
No, it's not.
No? Okay. Okay. So disclaimer, this movie is not about Bill and Yolanda.
No, it's not.
But if you all have any questions for Yolanda, please, by all means, type those questions in, get those questions out here, and we will be happy to answer those for you.
Mhm.
But let me, if we have time, let me ask this question. The movie again is
I need, I want.
I Need, I Want.
Mhm.
Where did, if this is not too personal, how did you fund that? You know, a lot of people will say, well, how did they get the money to do that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question,
Okay.
because when we funded it ourselves.
Okay.
We did all the little, savings and everything. But I'll never forget, my husband asked me that one question. He said, Yolanda, he said, would you like to do this movie? And so he kind of like waited to kind of hear me say, are you out of your mind? But I said, we have been talking about this. We have
Okay.
been dreaming about this. why are we waiting? Why are we waiting for that green light? We need to green light ourselves.
Mhm.
And right now, we have been looking at other people who are doing their movies and to matter of fact, we will be going to different I guess, showcases, and we
Okay.
would sit in the back. We just would look and observe what other people are doing. And I said, Bill, I said, why are we sitting there, gotta wait until we decide to do a movie? I mean, go ahead and do it. And
Mhm.
it just really surprised us how it just snowballed. And I'm gonna say, God was definitely in the place. As a matter of fact, we put him first to the whole at the very beginning of it, and he led us to different things. We were able to find locations. We were find the right people, and it just everything just seemed like it just laid out beautifully.
I love what you said, that why do we wait? That
Mhm.
we should go ahead and give ourselves the green light.
That's right.
I love that our last guest had some really powerful messages to deliver. And I think people need to understand that give yourself the green light,
Mhm.
because if you're waiting on that validation
Mhm.
or that right moment or whatever, you may still be at that stoplight
Mhm.
and will never move.
Mhm.
How much, I don't know how much time we have left, very short amount of time. So, Yolanda, tell folks, first of all, tell our audience where they can watch the movie.
Okay, you can find us on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
You can find us on Tubi,
Okay.
Memento, and we have a few others that were just coming on board. But right now, those are the major ones that I can tell you right now. But if you go to BillLiggins.com,
Okay.
we are always updating our website, and it will let you know where we're going and where the movie is going.
Okay.
And so, but right now, it's just been just amazing how things have been moving so well.
I want
Mhm.
Amazon Prime, Tubi,
Mhm.
YouTube.
Me too. Mhm.
But go to BillLiggins.com and you can find out more details. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Yolanda Cabrera Liggins, who she and her husband have partnered together to put together an amazing project that sounds like it came out of love
Yes.
and faith. So we so much appreciate you being a part of this podcast, for being a part of We Mean Business
Mhm.
here at the CDC. And thank you to everyone who tuned in today. And don't forget to watch us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, our website at www.cdcoftampa.org.